Glucose spikes, the hidden enemy in your life. Are you unknowingly sabotaging your health with every meal? Discover the hidden dangers of glucose spikes and learn how to take control of your well-being. Understanding your body's response to food is more critical than ever. Glucose spikes, often overlooked, can lead to a cascade of health issues, from fatigue and mood swings to serious long-term conditions like diabetes and heart disease. This audiobook will unravel the science behind glucose levels, reveal the risks associated with spikes, and provide you with practical strategies to maintain stable blood sugar. Join us on this enlightening journey toward better health and vitality. Focus points. Understanding glucose levels. What are glucose levels and why do they matter? Proven study findings. Dive into groundbreaking research that reveals the impacts of glucose spikes on health. The mechanics of spikes. Learn how glucose spikes occur and their physiological effects. Risks associated with glucose spikes. Understand the short and long-term health risks linked to unstable glucose levels. Mitochondrial stress and glycation. Explore the connection between glucose spikes, mitochondrial health, and aging. Insulin's role. Discover how insulin interacts with glucose levels and the implications of insulin resistance. Strategies to avoid glucose spikes. Practical tips for stabilizing blood sugar levels and enhancing overall health. Learning outcomes. Gain a thorough understanding of what glucose spikes are and their impact on your health. Learn how to interpret your body's glucose responses and what they mean for your well-being. Identify the risks associated with glucose spikes and the importance of maintaining stable blood sugar. Discover actionable strategies to prevent glucose spikes and improve your metabolic health. Enhance your overall knowledge of nutrition and its direct connection to your mental and physical health. Embark on this journey to uncover the hidden enemy in your life and empower yourself with the knowledge to make healthier choices. Focus point 1. Understanding glucose levels. What are they and why do they matter? Glucose levels refer to the concentration of glucose, a simple sugar, in the bloodstream. This metric is crucial for understanding how effectively the body manages energy and regulates metabolic processes. Glucose is the primary source of energy for the body cells and is vital for brain function, muscle contraction, and overall metabolic activities. Normal glucose levels typically range between 70 to 99 milligrams per deciliter when fasting and can rise to approximately 140 milligrams per deciliter after meals. These values are critical indicators of metabolic health. Abnormal glucose levels can signal potential health issues. For example, consistently high levels may indicate insulin resistance or diabetes, while low levels can lead to hypoglycemia, resulting in symptoms such as dizziness, confusion, and weakness. Research underscores the importance of maintaining balanced glucose levels. A study published in the journal Diabetes Care revealed that individuals with impaired glucose tolerance had a significantly higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular diseases compared to those with normal glucose metabolism. Monitoring glucose levels helps in early detection of these conditions, allowing for timely intervention. The significance of glucose levels extends beyond metabolic health. Fluctuations in blood sugar can influence mood, energy levels, and cognitive function. For instance, a sudden spike in glucose after consuming high glycemic foods can lead to an energy crash, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. This phenomenon has been documented in various studies, demonstrating that stable glucose levels contribute to better mental well-being. Incorporating balanced meals that include proteins, healthy fats, and fiber can help manage glucose levels effectively. For example, pairing carbohydrates with protein slows down the absorption of glucose, preventing rapid spikes. A study published in Nutrition Journal found that individuals who consumed high-fiber diets experienced lower post-meal glucose levels compared to those with low-fiber diets. To conclude, understanding glucose levels is essential for maintaining overall health. Regular monitoring can provide valuable insights into metabolic health and help prevent chronic diseases. Recommendations for managing glucose levels. Regular monitoring. Check your glucose levels regularly, especially if you have risk factors for diabetes. Balanced diet. Incorporate a diet rich in whole foods, fiber, lean proteins, and healthy fats to stabilize glucose levels. Stay informed. Educate yourself about the glycemic index of foods to make healthier choices. Physical activity. Engage in regular exercise, which can enhance insulin sensitivity and help regulate glucose levels effectively. Focus point 2. Proven study findings. The impacts of glucose spikes on health. Research has increasingly highlighted the significant effects of glucose spikes on both short-term and long-term health outcomes. Glucose spikes occur when blood sugar levels surge rapidly after consuming high glycemic foods, leading to a series of physiological responses that can negatively impact overall health. A pivotal study published in the journal Cell Metabolism found that repeated glucose spikes contribute to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. The researchers observed that participants who experienced frequent spikes exhibited higher fasting insulin levels and impaired insulin sensitivity compared to those with more stable glucose levels. This indicates a direct link between glucose variability and the body's ability to manage blood sugar effectively. Moreover, a study conducted by the American Heart Association revealed that individuals with higher postprandial, post-meal, glucose levels had an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases. The research showed that even moderate spikes in glucose levels after meals could lead to endothelial dysfunction, a condition that precedes heart disease. The findings suggest that managing glucose spikes is crucial not only for preventing diabetes but also for protecting cardiovascular health. Glucose spikes have also been shown to affect mental health. Research in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology examined the correlation between blood sugar fluctuations and mood disorders. Participants who experienced significant glucose variability reported higher levels of anxiety and depression. This underscores the idea that stable blood sugar levels contribute to better emotional regulation and mental clarity. One notable case study involved a group of healthy adults who monitored their glucose levels using continuous glucose monitors, CGMs. The participants altered their diets based on real-time feedback from the monitors, leading to significant reductions in their glucose spikes. This real-world application demonstrated the importance of personalized dietary choices in managing glucose levels and improving overall well-being. In addition to these findings, research published in the British Journal of Nutrition demonstrated that individuals who consumed low glycemic index foods had lower post-meal glucose responses, which correlated with reduced appetite and improved weight management. This further illustrates the critical role of dietary choices in modulating glucose levels and supporting metabolic health. To summarize, the body of research surrounding glucose spikes emphasizes their detrimental effects on insulin sensitivity, cardiovascular health, and mental well-being. These studies highlight the importance of maintaining stable blood sugar levels for optimal health outcomes. Recommendations for managing glucose spikes: prioritize low glycemic foods, incorporate whole grains, legumes, and non-starchy vegetables into your meals to minimize spikes. Use continuous glucose monitoring. Consider CGMs to gain insights into how different foods affect your glucose levels and make informed dietary choices. Meal timing. Pay attention to meal frequency and timing, as spreading meals throughout the day can help stabilize blood sugar levels. Regular physical activity. Engage in physical activities that you enjoy, as exercise can help mitigate the effects of glucose spikes. Focus point 3. The mechanics of spikes. How glucose spikes occur and their physiological effects. Glucose spikes occur when there is a rapid increase in blood sugar levels following the consumption of food, particularly those high in carbohydrates. Understanding the mechanics behind these spikes is crucial for recognizing their physiological effects and mitigating potential health risks. When carbohydrates are consumed, they are broken down into glucose, which enters the bloodstream. This process can vary significantly based on the type of carbohydrate ingested. High glycemic foods, such as white bread or sugary snacks, cause a swift release of glucose into the bloodstream, leading to rapid spikes in blood sugar levels. Conversely, low glycemic foods, such as whole grains and legumes, result in a more gradual increase. A key player in managing these spikes is insulin, a hormone produced by the pancreas. When glucose levels rise, insulin is secreted to facilitate the uptake of glucose into cells, where it can be used for energy or stored for future use. However, frequent consumption of high glycemic foods can lead to excessive insulin production, contributing to a condition known as insulin resistance. Over time, the body's cells become less responsive to insulin, resulting in elevated blood sugar levels even in the presence of the hormone. Research conducted by the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism highlights how repeated glucose spikes can cause damage to the pancreas. The study demonstrated that chronic exposure to high glucose levels leads to beta cell dysfunction, impairing insulin secretion. This creates a vicious cycle where the body struggles to regulate blood sugar, increasing the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Physiologically, glucose spikes can have a cascading effect on various bodily systems. Elevated blood sugar levels can lead to increased oxidative stress and inflammation, contributing to complications such as cardiovascular disease. A study published in Circulation illustrated that individuals with higher post-meal glucose spikes had greater levels of inflammatory markers, linking glucose fluctuations to systemic inflammation and heart health issues. The brain is also affected by glucose spikes. Research published in Psychological Science revealed that rapid changes in blood sugar levels could impact cognitive function and mood. Participants in the study who experienced significant glucose fluctuations reported feelings of irritability and difficulty concentrating, demonstrating the connection between glucose stability and mental well-being. To illustrate these mechanisms, consider a case study involving two groups of individuals. One group consumed a breakfast high in refined sugars, while the other opted for a high-fiber, whole-grain meal. The group with the sugary breakfast experienced a spike in blood glucose followed by a rapid drop, leading to cravings and fatigue. In contrast, those who consumed the high-fiber meal maintained stable glucose levels, reporting sustained energy and improved focus. Understanding how glucose spikes occur and their physiological effects is vital for developing strategies to manage blood sugar levels effectively. Recommendations for mitigating glucose spikes. Choose low glycemic foods. Prioritize foods with a low glycemic index to minimize spikes. Incorporate fiber. Add fiber-rich foods to your meals, as they slow down the absorption of glucose. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water, which can help with glucose metabolism and reduce spikes. Mindful eating. Practice portion control and avoid large meals that can lead to significant glucose fluctuations. Focus point 4. Risks associated with glucose spikes. Short and long-term health risks linked to unstable glucose levels. Glucose spikes can pose significant health risks both in the short term and over the long term. Understanding these risks is crucial for maintaining metabolic health and preventing chronic diseases. In the short term, significant fluctuations in glucose levels can lead to symptoms such as fatigue, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. When blood sugar levels rise rapidly, the body responds with a surge of insulin, which can then cause a sharp drop in glucose levels, a phenomenon often referred to as reactive hypoglycemia. This sudden decrease can result in feelings of dizziness, weakness, and intense cravings for sugary foods, creating a vicious cycle of overeating and further glucose instability. A compelling study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition examined the effects of glucose variability on cognitive performance. Participants who experienced significant post-meal glucose spikes displayed impaired attention and memory function compared to those with stable glucose levels. This underscores the immediate cognitive impacts of unstable blood sugar. Long-term, the risks associated with repeated glucose spikes can be even more severe. Chronic high blood sugar levels are a primary contributor to insulin resistance, which can lead to type 2 diabetes. A longitudinal study published in Diabetes Care tracked a cohort of individuals over several years, finding that those with frequent glucose spikes had a significantly higher incidence of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who maintained stable levels. Beyond diabetes, unstable glucose levels are linked to cardiovascular disease. Research in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that individuals with high postprandial glucose levels were at an increased risk for developing atherosclerosis, a condition characterized by the hardening and narrowing of the arteries. The study revealed that glucose spikes contribute to oxidative stress and inflammation, which are key factors in the progression of cardiovascular diseases. Moreover, glucose instability can negatively impact mental health. A study published in Psychological Medicine explored the relationship between glucose levels and mood disorders, revealing that individuals with higher glucose variability were more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and depression. This highlights the broader implications of glucose management for emotional well-being. In a notable case, a middle-aged individual with a history of frequent glucose spikes due to a diet high in refined sugars experienced increasing fatigue, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. Upon implementing dietary changes and stabilizing blood sugar levels, the individual reported a marked improvement in mood and cognitive function, illustrating the direct link between glucose management and mental health. Recognizing the risks associated with glucose spikes is essential for proactive health management. Recommendations for reducing the risks of glucose spikes. Balanced meals. Aim for meals that include a balance of carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats to slow glucose absorption. Frequent, smaller meals. Eating smaller, more frequent meals can help stabilize blood sugar levels throughout the day. Physical activity. Engage in regular exercise, as physical activity enhances insulin sensitivity and helps regulate glucose levels. Monitor your levels. If necessary, use glucose monitoring devices to track your levels and make informed dietary choices. Focus point 5. Mitochondrial stress and glycation. The connection between glucose spikes, mitochondrial health, and aging. The relationship between glucose spikes and mitochondrial health is critical for understanding the broader implications of metabolic dysfunction and its impact on aging. Mitochondria, known as the powerhouse of the cell, are responsible for producing adenosine triphosphate, ADP, the energy currency of the body. When glucose levels fluctuate dramatically, it can lead to mitochondrial stress and subsequent glycation, both of which have significant implications for health and longevity. Elevated blood sugar levels can overwhelm the mitochondria, leading to increased production of reactive oxygen species (ROS). This oxidative stress can damage mitochondrial DNA, proteins, and lipids, impairing their ability to generate energy efficiently. Research published in Cell Metabolism indicates that prolonged exposure to high glucose levels can induce mitochondrial dysfunction, contributing to a cascade of metabolic disorders, including insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. The process of glycation further complicates this relationship. Glycation occurs when excess glucose binds to proteins, forming advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These compounds can accumulate in various tissues and are associated with cellular aging and inflammation. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that individuals with higher levels of AGEs exhibited increased markers of oxidative stress and mitochondrial dysfunction. This not only affects metabolic health but also accelerates the aging process. One notable case study involved older adults with metabolic syndrome. Those who experienced frequent glucose spikes were found to have elevated levels of AGEs, correlating with a decline in mitochondrial function and increased physical frailty. This highlights the impact of unstable glucose levels on both cellular health and the aging process. Moreover, the connection between mitochondrial health and cognitive function is significant. Research published in Nature Reviews Neuroscience suggests that mitochondrial dysfunction, exacerbated by glycation and oxidative stress, is linked to neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's. This underscores the importance of maintaining stable glucose levels to preserve not only metabolic health but also cognitive vitality. Strategies to enhance mitochondrial health include dietary modifications, such as adopting a diet rich in antioxidants and healthy fats. Foods like leafy greens, berries, and fatty fish can help reduce oxidative stress and support mitochondrial function. Regular physical activity also plays a crucial role. Exercise has been shown to improve mitochondrial biogenesis and enhance insulin sensitivity. In summary, the interplay between glucose spikes, mitochondrial stress, and glycation is fundamental to understanding the aging process and its associated health risks. Recommendations for supporting mitochondrial health. Adopt a low glycemic diet. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods that minimize glucose spikes. Increase antioxidant intake. Incorporate foods rich in antioxidants to combat oxidative stress. Engage in regular exercise. Aim for a combination of aerobic and resistance training to promote mitochondrial health. Practice stress management. Techniques such as meditation and yoga can help reduce stress-related glucose fluctuations. Focus point 6. Insulin's role. Interactions with glucose levels and the implications of insulin resistance. Insulin is a vital hormone produced by the pancreas that plays a crucial role in regulating glucose levels in the bloodstream. Its primary function is to facilitate the uptake of glucose by cells, allowing the body to utilize this energy source effectively. Understanding how insulin interacts with glucose and the consequences of insulin resistance is fundamental for managing metabolic health. When carbohydrates are consumed, they are broken down into glucose, leading to an increase in blood sugar levels. In response, the pancreas releases insulin, which binds to insulin receptors on cell surfaces, allowing glucose to enter cells for energy or storage as glycogen in the liver and muscles. This intricate dance between glucose and insulin is essential for maintaining homeostasis. In a healthy individual, insulin promotes efficient glucose metabolism, preventing excessive blood sugar levels. However, in cases of chronic high glucose intake, the body can become overwhelmed. Over time, cells may become less responsive to insulin, leading to a condition known as insulin resistance. This phenomenon is often observed in individuals with obesity, a sedentary lifestyle, or poor dietary habits. A study published in Diabetes Care found that individuals with insulin resistance had significantly higher levels of circulating insulin compared to those with normal insulin sensitivity. This suggests that the body is working harder to achieve the same glucose-lowering effect, which can lead to further complications, including type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. As insulin resistance progresses, the pancreas may struggle to produce enough insulin to manage blood glucose levels effectively, resulting in hyperglycemia. Consider the case of a middle-aged woman diagnosed with prediabetes. Initially, her blood sugar levels were slightly elevated, and her doctor recommended dietary changes and increased physical activity. Despite her efforts, her insulin levels remained high, indicating insulin resistance. After several months of adopting a low-glycemic diet and incorporating regular exercise, she noticed significant improvements in her energy levels and weight management, ultimately reducing her risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Moreover, insulin resistance has implications beyond glucose metabolism. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism has linked insulin resistance to increased inflammation, which is a contributing factor to various chronic diseases. The study highlighted that individuals with higher insulin resistance markers were more likely to experience conditions such as hypertension and dyslipidemia. Insulin's role is not only confined to glucose metabolism, it also affects fat metabolism. In states of insulin resistance, fat cells can become resistant to insulin's effects, leading to increased lipolysis, the breakdown of fat. This can result in elevated free fatty acids in the bloodstream, which further exacerbates insulin resistance and promotes a cycle of metabolic dysfunction. To mitigate the risks associated with insulin resistance, it is crucial to adopt lifestyle changes that enhance insulin sensitivity. Recommendations for improving insulin sensitivity: optimize carbohydrate intake. Focus on low glycemic index carbohydrates that promote stable blood sugar levels. Increase physical activity. Regular exercise improves insulin sensitivity, particularly strength training and aerobic exercises. Prioritize sleep quality. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, as inadequate sleep can negatively affect insulin sensitivity. Incorporate stress reduction techniques. Practices such as mindfulness and meditation can help lower stress hormones that interfere with insulin function. Focus point 7. Strategies to avoid glucose spikes. Practical tips for stabilizing blood sugar levels and enhancing overall health. Managing glucose levels is crucial for overall health, especially in preventing spikes that can lead to various metabolic issues. Implementing effective strategies can help stabilize blood sugar levels, enhance energy, and improve long-term health outcomes. A significant factor in avoiding glucose spikes is meal composition. A diet rich in fiber, healthy fats, and protein can help slow the absorption of glucose. Foods such as whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, and non-starchy vegetables promote steady blood sugar levels. Research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrates that high-fiber diets significantly reduce postprandial glucose responses. One study found that individuals who consumed a high-fiber meal experienced a 29% lower glucose response than those who ate a low-fiber meal. Another key strategy is the timing of meals. Eating smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day can prevent large fluctuations in blood sugar. A case study involving a group of patients with type 2 diabetes revealed that those who ate 5 smaller meals instead of 3 larger ones had improved glycemic control. This approach reduces the stress on the pancreas and allows for more manageable insulin responses. Incorporating physical activity into daily routines also plays a crucial role in glucose regulation. Engaging in regular exercise enhances insulin sensitivity and facilitates glucose uptake by muscles. A meta-analysis published in Diabetologia found that even short bouts of exercise, such as a brisk walk after meals, can lower postprandial glucose levels significantly. One participant, who incorporated a 15-minute walk after each meal, reported feeling more energized and experiencing fewer cravings throughout the day. Hydration is often overlooked but is vital for maintaining stable glucose levels. Dehydration can lead to increased blood sugar levels due to reduced kidney function and impaired insulin secretion. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism suggested that adequate hydration contributes to improved glucose homeostasis. Drinking water before meals can also promote a sense of fullness, which may help prevent overeating. Mindfulness and stress management techniques are equally important in stabilizing blood sugar. Chronic stress activates the release of cortisol, which can elevate blood sugar levels. Techniques such as meditation, yoga, or deep breathing exercises can help mitigate stress. In a study published in Diabetes Care, participants who practiced mindfulness techniques showed significant improvements in blood sugar control compared to those who did not. When it comes to food choices, selecting the right types of carbohydrates is critical. Focusing on low glycemic index (GI) foods helps minimize spikes. Foods such as legumes, whole grains, and certain fruits like berries have a lower GI and promote steadier blood sugar levels. A participant who shifted to a low GI diet reported fewer energy crashes and cravings, leading to better adherence to healthy eating habits. Additionally, understanding the importance of meal pairing can also aid in managing glucose levels. Combining carbohydrates with protein or healthy fats can slow digestion and reduce the glycemic response. For instance, adding avocado to a whole grain toast can help moderate the glucose spike that might occur from the bread alone. Recommendations for avoiding glucose spikes. Focus on whole foods. Prioritize high-fiber, low-GI foods in your diet. Practice portion control. Consider smaller, more frequent meals to prevent large blood sugar fluctuations. Stay active. Incorporate physical activity into your daily routine, particularly post-meal walks. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water throughout the day to maintain optimal hydration. Manage stress. Use mindfulness techniques to reduce stress and its impact on blood sugar levels. Pair foods wisely. Combine carbohydrates with protein and healthy fats to minimize spikes. Conclusion. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through glucose spikes, the hidden enemy in your life. Throughout this audiobook, we've explored several crucial aspects of glucose management and its impact on overall health. Key focus points. Understanding glucose levels. Grasping what glucose levels are and their significance for your health. Proven study findings. Delving into groundbreaking research on the effects of glucose spikes. The mechanics of spikes. Learning how glucose spikes occur and their physiological consequences. Risks associated with glucose spikes. Understanding both short and long-term health risks linked to unstable glucose levels. Mitochondrial stress and glycation. Exploring the connection between glucose spikes and mitochondrial health. Insulin's role. Discovering how insulin interacts with glucose and the implications of insulin resistance. Strategies to avoid glucose spikes. Practical tips for stabilizing blood sugar levels and enhancing overall health. Practical recommendations. Prioritize whole foods high in fiber and low on the glycemic index. Maintain regular meal timings and consider smaller, more frequent meals. Incorporate physical activity into your routine, especially after meals. Stay well hydrated and manage stress through mindfulness practices. Choose food pairings that help stabilize glucose responses. Reflecting on this learning experience, it's clear that understanding glucose management is vital for preventing health issues and promoting longevity. The insights shared in this audiobook equip you with the knowledge to take proactive steps in managing your health. We truly appreciate your time and interest in this important topic. If you found this audiobook valuable, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. Engaging with this content not only enhances your understanding of health but also supports your English language improvement. Remember, the more you listen, the better you speak. Let's continue this journey together toward better health and communication.